Hey guys and gals, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming, and something mounts one of the Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming back at you another Let's Play episode of Moonlight Castle, Dylan's Path. So let's go ahead and jump right back in, shall we? Alarm chain, you were up, and let's go. Alright, I'll try. I don't know what to say. I can imagine so many things that he might have wanted, but not this. I want to hear what you really think about it when I do something. As he was saying that, we kept walking, and then suddenly he made a stop to punch a tree. It left a dent in the trunk and a bruise on his fist, the latter of which annoyed me. People are too damn afraid to tell me the truth. Liars piss me off. And it pisses me off to see people hurt others or themselves. I took his hand, hoping to get a closer look, but he quickly shook it off my grasp. Better trees than people. I don't like violence. I'll never support it unless it's strictly for self-defense. We're people, intelligent ones, who can think, talk, and find a solution that doesn't involve inflicting pain. Not everyone has the wits to think or the patience to listen. Not until you break one of their bones or two. Are you serious? You have to. There's no justice unless you create it yourself. Nobody out there is going to look after you. There are other ways to punish them. Retaliating with violence yourself makes you no different from them. I know that you're better than that. You're better than them. You're wrong. I'm exactly like them, and I'm ready to accept the consequences of what I do. If you foresee the consequences and are willing to accept them, wouldn't that already make you at least a little better than they are? Those words are nice, but if you can see what happened, what they did, and what I did to them, then you understand that nice words are nothing. Tell me then. I want to know what this oh-so-scary crocodile has ever done to evoke such fear. Drop it, Joel. You and I live in two completely different worlds. If you really believe that and didn't think that I belonged in your world, then why did you ask me to help you and get on your bike? He went silent. I'd probably pushed it too hard and caused him to think about it. If we want to get to know each other better, we'll have to share both the good and the bad. It's fine if you don't want to speak right now, but I refuse to be friends with someone just for the benefits. I'm not about to use someone or let myself be used. There was no response from him, and I wasn't really sure what was going through his mind. His stoic attitude and ever-changing expression made him quite tricky to read. I actually wondered whether what I'd said even made it to him at all. We continued to walk in silence as both of us mulled over our conversation. We've arrived. I moved ahead of him to take a good look. Everyone was there, all waiting for us, and I was sad to see that most of the preparations were already completed. The only unfinished thing was the food that Ryan and Russell were cooking on the grill that Dylan brought. Thank you for leading the way, I said that to Dylan, and then began walking toward the group, specifically toward Ryan. I couldn't help feeling a little bitter, though what I'd said to the crocodile was honest at least. I told him exactly what I thought, so whatever he decided to do afterward was all going to be up to him. If he decided to reach a hand out, I might still be willing to give him a chance to take it. Hello, Sleeping Beauty. Why the long face? Ryan tugged me by the arm and put me close to the grill so that my nose was hovering above the sizzling meat that was being cooked. Smells nice. You're doing a great job. As he heard my dry voice, his cheerful look disappeared, and it was replaced with a serious stare. Do you have something to tell me? I became flustered. The way he was looking at me was really hard to stand, and guilt began to creep up my back. Tell what? I refused to talk at first, but then I ended up letting out everything. It was all just too hard to keep in. Sorry. Oh, Dylan. It makes sense now why he suddenly wanted to take you around to places with his bike. He's hard to read sometimes. Even Patrice has trouble with it. They've known each other the longest. I wasn't trying to hide it, really. The bear shushed me with the hand that wasn't holding a spatula. Joel, it's fine. You're here. You're fine. Had I known this, I would have asked someone else to stay with you. I'm sorry about that. I scratched the back of my head as he continued to push the meat down and made it hiss. Yeah, I've messed up big time. Maybe I'm not as good with people as I thought I was. Ryan scoffed. I wondered if he was getting tired of hearing me beat myself up. Oh, come on. Didn't you hear what I said? You're fine. All of us make mistakes. You remember the pool accident, right? You forgot to dilute the solution they gave you and everyone's fur became green. What a roller coaster that was. Ryan giggled as he recalled the looks on everyone's faces. The kids loved it. And the parents got you fired. Yup, good times. I nudged him with my elbow. Those were definitely not good times, but he was just being a dork and trying to cheer me up. I believe the meat is ready. Ryan, please bring the plates I left on the table. On it. On it. The bear marched away, and I was left with Russell, who was focused mostly on watching the grill. What does that say? 1 second, y'all. More like 11:20. Yeah, it's fine. That works. Okay. The bear marched away, and I was left with Russell, who was focused mostly on watching the grill. You know, I was listening, and for that I apologize. I couldn't move away from the stove, so it was impossible not to reel myself into your conversation. I'm okay with that. You have nothing to apologize for. Can I entertain you with what I believe? I wish to share my experience as a bartender. Yes, please do. I'm all ears. Here, plates for everyone. Ryan came back, carrying all the plates in one stack. The bovine didn't expect him to grab all of them at once, yet the bull managed to continue to prepare the food calmly. I had to assist them, as there weren't enough hands to distribute all the dishes without creating a mess. Joel, come and get yours now. Russell called me over, and I thought that it was a smart way to escort me to the side to finish our discussion. I can't really say this is how Dylan behaves, but I'm going to share with you the similarities between him and the type of person I dealt with ever since I started working as a bartender. Eagerly I nodded and hurried him to say it. Everyone was waiting for us to join them. I didn't want their food or mine to get cold. Do you know why some people constantly fight at the bar? It's because they're looking for something to shake up their lives. People like Dylan search for that kind of thrill and excitement to fill the adrenaline rush they get from doing something bad. I swear that if he ever tries to land a hand on me or someone, it's not necessarily physical. Sometimes they find that kind of pleasure through unconventional ways, too. Just don't let him toy with your feelings. I see. Thanks for the advice. I'll keep that in mind. You're welcome. I took my portion and headed toward the group. I seated myself next to Ryan, who had obviously held the spot for me, although I was sure nobody would have dared to take it if he hadn't. I'd like to take a moment to thank everyone for sacrificing both their time and resources in order to be here right now. I'm very happy to have joined this activity with all of you. Clyde's speech boosted everyone's mood and appetite. Save showing gratitude for later, after the meal. Let's just eat. Yes, please! I caught a glimpse of the bear's drool falling on the edge of his dish seconds before his face dove right into the food. Everyone shared a laugh, and all of us started eating soon after him. Surprisingly, Liam was the first to finish his food, and he stood up. I need to go to the bathroom. You guys can't have dessert without me. Yo, everything good? They're still eating, don't make me say it. I'll be back soon. Oh, sure, don't take too long. Gradually, one person after another, everyone finished their meal. Ryan seemed satisfied, having laid himself facing down on both the chair and the table. All his neck fluff was exposed, and I couldn't help leaning in to give it a good rub. It was super soft, and as I scratched, I gave him a massage. He whined. The sound was making me flustered, so I stopped it and put my hand in my pocket. I hope nobody saw that, and if they did, there would be no questions, as it'd be yet another embarrassing moment that totally make me hide in my hat. Should we bring the dessert? Blake tried to see the general consensus of the group, and it wasn't long until he received the overwhelming answers. Yes, I'm waiting. I'd much rather have a beer, but it'd be rude to turn down something that you guys made for us. What is it? I want to know. Tell me. You'll see it very soon, you dumb bear. Clyde? Russell shot a concerned look at the dragon, who appeared not as excited as the others. In fact, Clyde looked displeased, and he was busy drowning himself in his thoughts. Oh, sorry. Please don't let me drag the mood down. Russell, please get dessert from the refrigerator and get it in... From the refrigerator? You mean a cooler? Did he bring a cooler? Russell, please get the dessert from the refrigerator and give a slice to everyone. Russell and Blake exchanged a few worried glances before the bull... the dragon's request to prepare the servings, yeah, because I don't think there are diesel-powered fridges. Or propane-powered fridges. Did I miss something? You were having fun just a moment ago. Oh, don't misunderstand it. Truly, I'm having fun. This night has been thoroughly enjoyable so far, probably the best in months. Then why do you have that awful look in your eyes? It's Liam, isn't it? Patrice chimed in with his idea, and Clyde's face made it obvious that the speculation made by the tiger was on point. I was a little sad to see him leave so soon. He did say there was a sudden business to take care of, but he hasn't returned since, and now we're about to have dessert. If he's doing what I think he's doing in the forest, then, well, that's going to take some time. Besides, he did tell us to eat without him, so I assume he was aware that it was going to take him a long time. Shall we save a piece for when he comes back, then? If it helps you feel less worried, sure. Although I'd prefer to have you here with us rather than think about some guy. Blake, please refer to Liam by his name, at least. I know you didn't like him very much, but both of you are my friends. I'm sorry. How about this? Let's finish the dessert and pack everything back into our car, and then, if he still doesn't come back, we can search for him. Or we can just call him. I pointed out to them the simplest solution, as it seemed everyone was too absorbed in the situation to remember that phones existed. Maybe. Let's do that as our last option. I'd like to go and look for a place where we can see the sky together. The wolf revealed his special plan for the night to try and cheer up the dragon, and, as Clyde heard that, sparkles formed in his eyes. With excitement, he gave the long bag a gentle poke. Oh my! Blake, did you bring a telescope? You didn't mention that to me. It's a surprise. I heard that someone was very interested in the sky, and what a coincidence, I just happen to be versed in both the sky and the stars. Count me out. I'll just look for Liam and wait at the car. Suit yourself. Blake shrugged. He couldn't care less about what the crocodile said. Seeing that, Clyde then showed his doleful look again. I was about to speak up, but Ryan acted faster than me. Clyde, you can't keep everyone glued together. It's just plain impossible, and you shouldn't let that ruin your experience. He said to the dragon the exact thoughts I was having. I suppose you're right. Though, I admit it's hard to let go. Russell handed dessert to everyone, and then seated himself at the spot he was before. Each of us took a piece of the tiramisu and enjoyed what Clyde had worked so hard to make. The dragon was pleased to hear all the praise and positive comments, mostly from Ryan. For a moment, it felt truly as if nothing bad had ever happened. You left one for Liam, right? Russell nodded. I know what you're thinking. We'll go find him soon. Trust me that he's okay and not gone far. What if he gets lost? I'd lose myself in this forest. To always know where you are in this kind of place seems like a complicated task. About that, you actually shouldn't worry. Liam used to be in Boy Scouts back in the day, and he has good awareness of his surroundings. See? He could have returned any time. I suppose I could be overthinking this. I feel silly now. Don't be. Everything here is completely new to you, and it's normal to get overwhelmed. The tiramisu was amazing. Maybe I should ask you to teach me. Thank you. Your words always make me feel better. Let's put everything back in the car and get Liam. We have some stargazing to do. I couldn't have said it better myself, Joel. I help with the small things like collecting all the dirty dishes and the empty bottles. And Dylan basically refused to let anyone but him or Ryan touch the grill, so all of us just watched the two carry it back to the van. Ryan? I spoke quietly, hoping to get only the bear's attention. Hey, what's up? Worried too? Ryan promptly wrapped his giant, fuzzy arm around my neck. I was a little concerned that he was now carrying the grill with only one hand, but I loved having a scarf too much to refuse it. Yeah, I'm worried about Liam, but that's not what I wanted to talk about. Do you remember what he told us yesterday? Am I the only one who's thinking about it? Ryan waited until Dylan took the grill out of his hand, and before the bear answered my question, he paced himself in a way that allowed us to get some distance from the group. I think all of us remembered it, maybe except Clyde. Though I don't think anyone wanted to bring it up during the meal, and I don't think Patrice would want to hear it either. Do you believe it? What he said about the castle? Ryan seemed unimpressed by my question. The bear had experienced a lot of bad things when it came to Liam, so it made sense that he'd be cautious. It sounded exactly like one of the usual loads of bullshit that he spewed all the time. Now, if he suddenly jumps out of a bush to scare us, I swear that you'll have a hard time convincing me not to leave him in the forest. I let out a sigh as I tightly gripped the bear's arm that was wrapped around my neck. I kind of want him to do that, honestly. That way, at least we'd know that he was safe. Alright, y'all. I'm actually going to pause it right there. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silver, and thank you for going above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you to our gold tier patron, Tresem Guy. You're awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to Ultimate Tier. Anyway, if y'all want to get your names in the credits and get access to all of our not safe for work content as little as $5 already, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!